Welcome back to the Daily Taoist with Will S. We are talking about the Tao Te Ching and how to get back into spirit and alignment with the way. Today I'll be talking about verse 45. The Tao Te Ching was written around 2,500 years ago by a man named Lao-Tzu. It is one of the oldest texts in existence and certainly one of the wisest. Its wisdom is timeless and its message is as relevant and important now as it was back then, if not more so. It is vital that we learn to come back into balance with the natural world, to live in a more harmonious and selfless way, and the Tao Te Ching beautifully instructs us in bringing ourselves into alignment with the Tao. Verse 45. The greatest perfection seems imperfect, yet its use is inexhaustible. The greatest fullness seems empty, yet its use is endless. True straightness seems crooked. True wisdom seems foolish. True eloquence seems awkward. True wisdom seems foolish. True art seems artless. Stillness and tranquility set things in order in the universe. The master allows things to happen. He shapes events as they come, and he steps out of the way and allows the Tao to speak for itself. Truth is beyond the scope of the grasping mind and rarely comes in the form as it is expected. The function of the mind is to divide, compartmentalize, and categorize that which is ultimately indivisible. Thus, we fail to understand that seemingly imperfection is part of the overriding perfection, and the emptiness at the core of our being is actually the true fullness of life in all its splendor. We keep looking for things in all the wrong places. Because the mind has a notion of what life is and what is ought to be, what's right and what's wrong, what's spiritual and not spiritual, what's true and not true, we miss the obvious and are deceived by the paradoxes of life. This verse opens us to the possibility that the greatest wisdom, perfection, and truth is actually the opposite of what we assume. The final paragraph emphasizes the way of the master, he or she that is at one with life, and when the person is set aside, the Tao is allowed to flow through the space previously occupied by notions of selfhood and ego. Stepping out of the way means letting go of the ego's need to be in the driving seat and allowing the process of life, the Tao, to flow as it naturally does, unhindered, unobstructed. When we then become like a flute through which the breath of life sounds like its own primordial melody. Stop, allow, and listen. It is not so much coming from you as it is coming through you. Okay. Today is November 15th, Monday, year of our Lord, 2021. Today, there has been a universe shift. Those of us who are in the way know what has happened today. Okay, we have shifted from the good timeline into, a worser timeline. things are quite fluid right now. Very difficult to say which way things are going to go. The next 6 months will be quite interesting. But as the final paragraph emphasizes, that when the person is set aside, the Tao is allowed to flow through the space previously occupied by notions of selfhood and the ego. Okay, ego stands for edging God out. Okay, those of us who are in the way, who are in touch with God, Spirit, Source, okay, nothing can harm us in the physical world. Okay, we are already our ego, like our physical body is not who we are. Okay, our physical body, I'm going to repeat that again. Our physical body is not who we are. Okay, we are celestial beings having a human experience. Okay, so just remember that the master allows things to happen. Another way to say that is a time for everything and everything in its time. Okay. I love each and every one of you on this Mandelbrot plane as I've come to understand it. If you would like to get in touch with me, please contact me at The Daily Taoist on Twitter, Instagram. And also I have a coaching platform at clarity.fm. Okay. I will put that in the link in the description. Please connect, and may the Tao be with you. Namaste from Will S.